everyone, so I'm back today, and as promised I'm doing a video on how to clear energy and what is a psychic attack and the signs of a psychic attack. But first, I've got some really exciting news. I'm going to be the new co-host on the Seek a Door podcast, so this is pretty exciting. It's a totally new adventure for me. I'm going to put the links below on my YouTube information here, as well as I'll be posting on my Facebook page. But today I'm going to start with some methods of grounding, and my favorite one, I have to say, when I can drag my butt out, is actually going for a walk in the woods. I find that this is probably one of the most effective ways to quickly clear your space. I mean, Mother Nature, she absorbs so much and she clears you instantly. And the minute when you go out into nature, it's like, how do you feel bad? Immediately you start to raise your frequencies, you feel good, you feel refreshed, and you feel so clear. And I actually always find going out for a walk in the woods is another form of meditation, especially when if you go by yourself, you really clear your head. And if you set the intention before you go out, as far as, maybe you're feeling lost and you need some answers, and when we're so busy, our mind is like going around and around and around and around, right? We don't ever take that moment to listen to our higher self, listen to our guides, to find the answers. And I find a lot of times going out for a walk, I'll set the intention of, okay, I have this problem. Now I'm just going to kind of let it go, and I'm going to let the information come to me. And as I kind of go along, I let my mind wander and do its little thing. And, most of the time it's pretty cool, because the answer will come to me as soon as I start to relax into it. It's whenever we're so stressed out and trying to look for the answer. It's kind of almost like, losing your car keys, right? The more you look, you can't find them. You look everywhere, you're freaking out, you become completely ungrounded. I'm late, I gotta go, where are my car keys? But then the second we take that breath and we kind of recenter ourselves and we let go of it, aren't the car keys always on the counter? Drives me nuts. But it's a good lesson, right? So anyways, we're going to go for a little walk, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about ways of clearing. And all right, let's go. Another thing, if we're experiencing is psychic and or, the level entity attack, another way for it to affect us is also in our thinking. I find a lot of times suddenly I'll start feeling cloudy in my head. I can't think properly. I'm incredibly ungrounded and have a hard time focusing and concentrating. It's kind of like your mind is just being bombarded constantly with negative thoughts, anxiety, depression, etc. All come sometimes not from within ourselves. A lot of times, we have to stop and take a moment and feel like, where is this coming from? Is this coming from inside me? Is this coming from an external force? Or maybe it's a combination of the two. I find being in crowds, I hate it. That's why I'm such a hermit. Going into crowds and stuff like that, or a shopping mall or anything like that, I find to be incredibly draining. And I can't always just walk around and give myself a quick sage and Palo Santo and ringing bells and everything else, because, people already think I'm weird enough as it is. So I find a practical way of dealing with that, whether you're at work or out in a social setting and you're starting to feel overwhelmed, is I actually just go to the bathroom, and not literally the bathroom, okay, people? I go in there and I turn on the cold water, and I just put my hands, my palms straight down, both of them together in the sink, and I just let the cold water run over my hands. And as I'm doing that, I take a few deep breaths and kind of recenter myself and ground, and I visualize all the negative energy and stuff that isn't mine, that I don't need to own. I visualize it pouring out of my fingertips and the water taking it and clearing my energy immediately. And I find usually after that, I feel a little bit more grounded, I feel a little refreshed and refocused. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Well, kind of. So, as a lot of you already know, I deal with helping clear very low level entities. Everything from, maybe just a simple stuck spirit ghost that might be a little on the upset side, we'll call it, right down to clearing demonic energies. And the one thing that I had noticed in all my research of different techniques and ways of doing this, that every single approach was very aggressive. And, it's like kind of like cast out the demon, da da da. And when I was feeling out the frequency of that, I thought, wow, it's kind of energetically matching a lower level entity's frequency. And the whole point of this is for us to raise our frequency, raise our vibrations, and not succumb to being at the same level. It's kind of like if somebody is fighting with you, the minute you start to fight back, it's just back and forth and back and forth. And it's kind of a waste of energy, on your part, really, to continue that cycle up. So it's the same thing that happens when I'm dealing with low-level entities. If I start to essentially go in guns blazing, with a kind of angry, aggressive force, well, guess what? I'm going to be in for a fight. And I don't feel like fighting. I'm not down with that. So actually, one of my biggest and strongest weapons is laughter. Believe it or not, during the process of when I'm removing entities from people, it's not as scary as people think, nor is it as dramatic as people might think. I try to get my clients to laugh and to maybe sing silly songs or tell silly jokes, because the whole idea is to raise your frequency. And when you're in a higher level, it's kind of like those things get dislodged and they don't really want to be in there. I want to make it as uncomfortable as possible for that stuff to stay around. So laughter truly is the best medicine. Another way that we can actually increase our frequencies, and this is something that we can do every single day, and it's through food. Eating higher vibrational food actually increases our energetic frequency as well. They always say you are what you eat. Well, if you're eating processed low vibrational food, that's also going to translate that into your energetic system. Eating cleaner, higher vibrational food also changes your frequency, your energetic frequency. But actually, speaking about food and drive-thrus, this is another point. I was going through the drive-thru one day getting a coffee, and I got to the counter, and the lady at the till said, "Oh, the person in front bought your coffee for you." And I was kind of having a crappy day and feeling kind of down, and that completely changed my day around. Just that one little random act of kindness. And I have actually done that for other people as well. I have gone and done random little acts of kindness that, the people didn't even know who it was, because it wasn't really about me or my ego gratification. It felt good. I felt amazing doing a little something to pay it forward from what that person did for me. So my last points on practical ways of clearing and raising your frequencies is emotional attachment. A lot of times we attach emotionally to what other people are saying and doing, and we become so consumed with other people are doing that we forget to stop and reflect that we are in control of our own emotions. Nobody controls our emotions. Nobody makes us sad or makes us angry or does anything outwardly to us. We have to take personal responsibility for how it is that we're feeling and how it is that we're reacting. And if we're constantly finding that there are people attacking us and making us feel bad, sometimes we have to stop and ask ourselves, what is my frequency at? What am I emitting that is drawing that into my life? And my final point is do something you love. Find the time, schedule it in. Everybody makes excuses why we can't do something that we enjoy to do. I got too much to do. I got this, I got that. We got 100 reasons why we can't find something that we love to do and commit to it. My favorite way of clearing my energy and raising my frequencies is going for a ride. Oh yeah, I cannot be in a shitty mood after I come home for a ride. So, until next time, have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.